I'm either getting old or those aren't light, or a combination of the two. Well, that doesn't work very well. Get a whole new cylinder for the stupid backup camera. It's huge. Like, holy cow. Well, this is my concept. This is the real stuff. You guys want to see the real thing? Well, I'm picking it up here for the camera. So I've had that board that I took off around here. This box right here I've taken off. This is the rear view camera. And so this connector right here goes right to the camera. That's not good. I don't know where it's a Voyager proprietary camera system. So I'm trying to, it's gonna fall out of here. I've opened this up on the outside too. There's the camera in there, and it comes back on this wire. And I've got to figure out where the connector is. There's a proprietary connector on it. It shouldn't be, it should be right there at the camera. This isn't going to go well. I took my TV stuff out of here, and I found this is coming from the camera. And what I did a search online, and this is a Voyager. It's a proprietary connector. And so basically what it is, you've got two power. There's a black and a red, and then an audio and a video. So the video goes down to there, and so that connects in it. So I've got this cable right here that's run from the front of the bus. You can get it in 50 foot or 75 feet. So they probably ordered the 75, and it's routed here, but I got to find this end on the other side. I've taken the box apart outside, so I got to see if I can find that. I've found some new cameras that will plug and play into this, but I took the box apart outside, and I got the camera part numbers, so I'm gonna see if Voyager sucks or not, because the other thing I can do is get some adapters to connect from here, and I can plug in any camera I want on both ends. So I'm gonna see if I can find out where the other end of this cable is, so I can unplug it, because I don't want to cut it, and I doubt they ran a 75-foot wire off that camera. It doesn't make any sense. Well, I took this corner cover off, and I think I found where that wire goes over, runs over, and then comes down, and it's connected into here. So I'm going to take that apart and take that camera out since it doesn't work. And then I'll go figure out what the resolution and stuff is of this camera and order a new one. Kind of changed my mind. What I'm going to do is order the new one and get it, and then take this off, because I think if I pull this out, I need to get a pull string in, and then I can pull the new one back. I'll show you the mess I made outside. I think what I'm going to do is kind of put this back together. All right, so this is what she looks like outside. So it's just an older little camera, but this box made a mess here. Got the pneumatic guy, so it sits right down inside of there. So you hit it, and then that shock opens and closes this door. And then this is where this camera sits. So I took the numbers off of it. I think what I'm going to do is put this back together so I can shut this door, order the camera, and then come put this back together. There's probably a better way to do this than to film my monitor, but I found out that the existing camera is a Voyager VCM SL SYL36I. I can buy a new one. I don't think I want to. And these are the specs. So it looks like 400 lines. And then here's the view angles. So I don't know, I think, so 12 volt, 1.8 watt with the LEDs. Huh. So I think I'm gonna go shopping and see what I can find out. So interesting though. It's kind of neat. I can just buy a replacement. It's kind of nice. Well, crew, I plugged the existing camera in and it works in this. The field of view isn't as great. Neither is the color, but it does work. So I think I'm going to leave it there. The problem I'm finding out is that this new camera has a lot better field of view, but that box, I don't even need the box that lifts up and down. And then I found if it's closed from the outside, there's a air leak. So I found some of my auxiliary air leak. It's in the rear view camera opening box. And so I think I might try to take this camera out of this case. I guess I'd like to have the camera up inside there somehow, but I don't know. It's preventing it from seeing everything it can see. Like this could mount on top of the bus, but I don't want to put a hole in it and connect it because I don't need any of that stuff back there. I don't know why they did that. I mean, probably the thousands of dollars to open that thing. I guess these just didn't exist. So at any rate, I want to see more than the truck. I want to see behind me. So I'm gonna play with it and show you what I figure out. So I've been playing around with it. I think I like the original camera better. It's just the new one's supposed to have more resolution, but this one it's got more. The new one has more resolution. This one's got a better picture. Originally I could only see to the first line right by the ladder, and now I can see almost the rest of it. What I've done out here, I think I've got 4 miles with steps in, is right here. I've taken this and I've lowered it down and I've kicked it up. The problem is that I don't need this box, but I want to use it. So I'm trying to figure out if I could get a little more kick in it, it'd be perfect. But I'm getting closer. Well, after about 5 hours of fiddle farting around, I finally got a picture I'd like. So it doesn't show the very bottom of the bus, but it shows within 1 foot. So if you can't see the where the ladder is, you don't need to be there. But I can see way behind me now. And show you what I did out here. Ended up making a mount. Had to take it apart and put it back together 15 times. So I ended up getting a bracket to go across and then mount it to. And then I adjusted this so it came out a little bit further. So now it's all integrated inside of there. But I found out this piston up inside of here, this thing leaks. So I took it apart and cleaned it and greased it, but I think the O-ring in there is out. When it's out, it's fine, but when I push it in and it pushes air against here, it pushes air against that O-ring, and that's where I've got a lot of air coming out. So I think if I can fix that, I'll fix my auxiliary air. But I'm pretty happy with this. All right, more drama. So this Voyager mirror comes with this mount that mounts on the mirror. this mount doesn't come with a mount for your car. And the only one I can find glues to the glass. So, and the other thing is this connector on the back of this thing is huge. Like, holy cow. That's like an inch. And I don't know. I don't think I want to drill that through there. Plus, this mount isn't going to cover up that hole. So, I tore all this out to mount it in here really nice. And I got this stupid connector because I don't want to cut a hole in that leather. Because how am I going to patch it up? Everything else fits like a glove. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put this back together and possibly mount this on the glass, I guess. Not real sure. I also tried to take this dash apart and got it all apart, and basically there's just wires on the other side. I was trying to get to these vents. I guess all these vents are underneath somehow. So I'm gonna finish the mirror and then I'll work on the vents. The other is my rear view mirror. I still got air in my tanks. It's been several hours. So I think my big leak has been the backup camera the whole time. Because if I keep it open, it's fine. If I shut it, then it goes by that O-ring. So I got to see if I can get an O-ring or if I've got to get a whole new cylinder for the stupid backup camera. So I'll see what I can figure out here. So I want it to look nice. I don't want a big hole in this leather pillar that I can't patch. So I'm going to play with it for a little bit. Well, I took everything off of here, and I think what I'm going to do is take those brackets off and this bracket off, and take this and turn it, put the grill on it, maybe the TV in front. So I'm going to give that a shot right now. So here's kind of what I come up with. So I've got the grill in there sideways. I got plenty of height, and then now the TV, it's centered here, but you can see that bracket's too far over, so I can move the grill thing over, or the TV is going to have to be uncentered. And then I've got the height, and so if I sit down, I want it to be low, middle, or high. I don't know. I only want to drill holes in that thing once. So this is what she looks like if I pull her out. So this is just the starts. Put some doors on there and carpeting and I don't know what, but I think this is gonna work. I just don't know what I want it to look like yet. Keep playing with it. Well, I got this mounted on here. I think I like it. So I can move it any way I want. I can pull it clear out to here, away, so I can grill. And then I can move this arm down too if I want. So I can have it out here. What I really wanted is move this over so this looks like shut. There we go. So I think that works good. And then I can move it down. And that works. And I can pull this out too. I can do anything I want with it. And then if I want to leave, just push this in and shut the door. So now I'm going to look at maybe putting a sound bar in there if my other speakers won't work, and then make it look pretty. Well, this is my concept. I need to put it all together now. Got the grill up there, got the TV on the stand, I'm able to push it away. I've got the sound bar, got a fridge, got the sub, and then I'm going to cover everything in that. So it's just been raining off and on today, so I haven't been able to do anything, but it works. And I'll just put it all together and make it look nice. So here we are. I took this felt that I got and I covered the tray. I think what I'm going to do is put these two slides in here so I can pull this guy back away when you use the grill. So right now I'm working on covering this box with felt, and then I think I'm gonna put felt on the inside and trim this out, and I think I'm also going to trim this tray out once I get it in with some, I don't know if I'm going to use cherry or not, some sort of wood to give it kind of a decorative finish, but I've got to get a little bit more of it together. Well, I forgot to film it, but I've got some pictures here. My bay, I can put the TV up, down. I put a fridge in there so I can pull the TV out of the way and access a fridge and freezer. If I pull it out, I've got the bay carpeted there. I can put the grill on top. Got everything done and looks nice. So I'm replacing the batteries, start batteries. So what I did was I drew everything out and labeled it. And then I laid out my new batteries, unplugged the Voyager system first, and turned everything off. Wrote down everything that I turned off in the sequence of it. So now I just got to get these guys out of here and clean the box up. Well, I got the guys out of here and got the box cleaned up. So I got the old batteries here, the new ones there. So now I'm gonna work on, it's like the game of operation. Try to get these guys in here and then build the cells back up and hook them up the right way. Well, I got the batteries in there. I'm either getting old or those aren't light, or a combination of the two, but got them in there. Now I'll get them mounted and then I'll start hooking them up. Well, I didn't get it before I got the cover on, but it's a bear to get in there. But I got all the batteries in and hooked up. Thought there'd be some arcs and stuff. There wasn't really any arcs. Got the switch turned back on, plugged the charger in. I was going to hook up my Victron, but I can't get the power cord through that hole. So another project, another day. But I got this charger back in, turned on the solenoid, that charger, airing it up, and kind of give her a go, make sure she works. But everything seems fine. So got nice fresh new start batteries in there. Well, the first pump works real good, and the second one, when it runs, it works, but it gets a leak like right in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. So I've got the second one. Just wanted to make sure they worked good. It's really quiet. I think it'll work better having two of the exact same ones in there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that drained and pull it out. It's not real hard to change it, just kind of unbolt it and pop the connectors off. These two guys, a little bit of water comes down, but I'll pick it up and then change it out. Well, I got both of them in here, and I've got them, you adjust these screws for the pressure. So I've got it just under 40. I think that's enough. But I got it so that both of them, they turn on and off around the same time. So that's it. I'm gonna hold on to the other pump. It still works, but it's got a bad gasket in there. Who knows? It's always nice to have a spare pump, I guess, even though we've got two of them. So breakthrough, for me anyway, on this Awning anemometer. See if I can get up here without killing myself. So what I found out, it didn't work. And what I found out is inside of here, there's this little guy, and basically it's a switch, and there's magnets inside of here, and so every time it turns, it closes that switch. And so the awning sensor inside, when that thing clicks fast enough, that's wind speed, so you can adjust the setting inside and then the awning will close. What I found out was this guy wasn't far enough up there to have that circuit close. So what I did was I backed those screws off to, in essence, make that switch closer to the magnets. So it works now. Let me show you. Shoot, I just unplugged it. But if I spin this now, doubt you can hear it. Damn it. You can hear the little switch going off in there, and I'll hook this back up and show you that it works now. Okay, so I got her hooked up, and if I the wind speed goes fast enough, that little tapping noise brings my awning in. So fixed. So now I've got to mount this guy up here, and I got to connect those wires. I got to cut this wire so it's shorter, and then probably bind them together, heat shrink it, and then stick it under the roof, because I have no idea where this goes underneath and I don't want to take it apart. But just thought I'd share that with you. Kind of an eye-opener for me, didn't know how it worked. All right, so I got her all hooked up there. I'm gonna do a dry run here. Get the awning a couple feet out. We'll crawl up here one more time. I got it installed. I got it sealed without sealing this, and then I sealed everything else. So that doesn't work very well. So I got it to come in, but you really got to spin it. So I need to find the box inside and adjust the sensitivity, but I have no idea where it is. So at least it's on there and it works. So I'm getting ready to change the generator. I'm gonna do the oil filter, the fuel filter, and the air filter. And then hope I don't have a leak. I got a little bit of fluid to top off, but that's just in kind of an overflow, so it's hard to tell. In here they've got a connector, so I got some hose. So I'm just going to drain the oil and top it off. It says 6.5 quarts, and then when I drain the oil, I'm going to go ahead and do the oil filter, and then the air filter, and then the fuel filter. Not real sure how to change it. I'm sure I'm probably going to run into some priming issues, but I think I want to try to get that fuel filter in there anyway. When I couldn't start it before, what I did was start the coach, and that helped put some positive pressure on the fuel to help prime it. So I'll get going here. So put that tube on there, opened it up, and got a nice flow of oil coming out. So that was pretty nice. Somebody put that on there. I wish they'd do that for vehicles. Maybe you wouldn't need a gate valve, but works pretty slick. So I got the air filter. So this is a Donaldson. So it's just gonna come out of there and go in there. And then I've got a Wix air filter, or oil filter, my bad. So we'll get those changed here. Well, I got the oil in, the oil filter, got it cleaned up, got the air filter. I want to run the oil through before I do the fuel. So I got everything cleaned up in there, unplugged the shore power. So what I'm going to do now, and I turn the generator on. So now my Victron's saying it doesn't have power. So I'll probably get 100 emails. Come in here and... Yeah, that's what I thought. There we go. All right. So turn that on. Should turn on here in a minute. What I'm going to do is try to get it a little load. Let's turn like, shoot, doesn't matter. Turn all the fans on. Let it run for a little bit. So now I got a load. Saying I got 120 volts coming in. Got a 10 amp load on each leg. So that's pretty good. Sounds like she's purring. So I'll let that run for a little bit. She's doing all right. So if anybody wants to see the fuel filter come off, you kind of just unscrew it and then this whole thing comes down. There's fuel inside of there. So I've got the new filter, so I'll just take the old one out of here. Get all the gas out, and then stick the new one in here, real slow, and then I'll screw it back on. Okay, so when I was doing this, I turned the fuel off and forgot, and so shortly. Second after I turned the camera off, the generator quit and I couldn't figure out why. So I'm hoping now that I got the fuel filter in there and everything on, it'll go ahead and start right up. Probably I ran it out of fuel, so probably take it a minute to cycle through. So I'm hoping, here's a little trick, is last time it did this, because I don't know what I did to it, I screwed something up, but I found if I start the motor, so I've already got air in here. So if I start the bus, kind of creates a positive pressure, and it started up my generator. So we'll see if that does it. Well, this is the real stuff. You guys want to see the real thing? Let that run a minute. So I turn this back to open. The oil's, everything's good. All right, here we go. I think there is a primer right here. So we'll that'll do it. There we go. So, little trick from your Uncle Larry start the bus and it'll go. I'm gonna turn this off now. Alrighty. So she's just a purring now. Helps when you got fuel. So I guess if you starve your generator, you know, I don't know if it did it or not, or coincidence, but it gets her going. So did the oil filter, fuel filter, and air filter, and then I just cleaned the heck out of everything. So the manual said 6.5 quarts. I put 6.5 quarts in there, and it was probably a quart too much. When I ran it, and then I ran it out of fuel, I checked it, and so I drained it so that it would be perfectly to the top. I probably pulled a quart out. So who knows? The book said 6.5. I think I got 5.5 in there, but it's exactly where it needs to be. So I think that's it. So I think in summary, that's going to end this video. Kind of done all the little things I wanted to do. I got the rear view camera, so I've got air on it now. I can flick my back up, turn this on, and I got a nice view that I didn't have before. And turn that off. What else I do in here? I got the wind sensor on top of the roof for the awning. I got that valve in the back. I redid it, the one that was leaking. I think they're called a Schrader valve back here, so I bought a brand new one and stuck it in there, so she holds now. I got the generator fluids changed. I think that's about it. I got the body panels, I got that glue, so I got all of the panels glued. I forgot one, so I've got that bay there. Gonna change it. You can hear the generator, she's just purring now. So besides a hell of a clean, that windshield up front, I don't know what else to do except for go camping now. Well, thanks for tuning in. Shoot me a comment if you have an idea for another video. Catch out The Long Way Home. He's a very knowledgeable guy on a country coach, and Prevost and barbecue. He's got one, looks just like this, but I think it's a little more minty color, I think. And he's getting the Victrons in it, so it'll be interesting to see his. I'm wanting, so right now, these are, to see both of these on my controller in there, I've got them programmed to accept the split phase. And so if I unplug it and I plug the bus into 20 amp, it shuts themselves off because it's not split phase, so it does what it's supposed to. So if I turn the inverters so that they're not paired together, it will work fine. I can plug it in, but I can only see one up on the screen. So it'd be interesting to see if they got that taken care of. So like I said, thanks for watching, and try to get this thing out and do another camping video. See you later. Bye.